what would happen if I were to treat art like my full-time job for 1 month. So for those of you who don't know me, and to just clarify a little bit, I'm Hannah. I'm an artist. I mostly do oil portraits or figure paintings and also figure sketches. But I'm not a full-time artist. I am a master student and I work part-time. So I don't do art full-time. I do art whenever I can. And sometimes that's not that often. But I am on a semester break and I actually have the entire next month off. And I want to see what I can do per month if I actually really focus on my art, if I focus on content creation and just do all of those things that I always say that I want to do them, but I just don't have the time to do them. So this is a bit of an, I'm just seeing myself in the viewfinder. This is a bit of an awkward angle, but I'm trying out a different filming style, so bear with me. So yeah, that's what I want to do in this video. I want to prepare and plan out the month. I want to figure out what goals I have for the month, what goals I have in terms of content creation, but also in terms of art. So when I talk about the fact that I want to focus the entire month on my art, I don't just mean painting and sketching. I also mean figuring out videos, creating content, and editing, and all of those things that go along with that. So I want to share my goals with you. I want to share my content planner with you and how I plan everything on Notion. And I'm just really excited. I don't normally have that time, and I'm really, really excited. I've been talking to my friends for a long time about the month of September and how much I'm excited to do art and all of that. And I want to make this series about it, which is going to be called Treating Art Like My Full-Time Job, even though it is my full-time job, or something like that. And I'm just really excited to document it with you. And I hope that you are excited as well. Let me know what you think about this video. Subscribe if you haven't. And if you want to, before we continue, if you want to find me on any other platform, I'm also on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, YouTube obviously, and I might have a website soon and a podcast, but more about that later. And I'm just really excited, so let's get started before I talk for 5 minutes or longer about absolutely nothing. Fun fact, the last time I filmed a video in this setup, I filmed it in slow motion. I hope we're not doing this this time. That was a bit awkward to watch and I just had to do the entire thing again. I want to talk to you about my goals first. I have divided this category into 2 categories, art and content. I want to talk to you about art first because that's the most important need to me. As I've said before, I am an oil painter. I mostly do figure paintings. I tend to do maybe 1 painting every 2 months because in a normal semester I just don't have the time to paint that often. I think this year I've painted around 3 paintings. 1 was a big commission. I'm currently working on a small study. But yeah, that's just the background. Art that I have planned for this month, I have this big canvas that's 60 by 80 centimeters and I want to use that. I want to paint it. I want to paint a painting that I'm proud of and really just put all of my heart into it. And I want to paint my parents. I have this sketch that I did around a month ago, 2 months ago, of my parents that I really love, and I want to recreate that in a big painting. And I also want to do smaller paintings. I want to do studies. I have certain masters and artists that I have paintings that I want to recreate and do smaller studies of them. So I want to use my time to also do that and just get better at painting. Also, I would love to get better at sketching. If you've been following me for a little bit, or if you've come from TikTok or any other platform, I've been talking about how I want to be a sketchbook girly, and I never was able to keep a sketchbook. And for the last month and a half, I've been really making an effort to just sketch and do. Why doing this? But really to just take my little sketchbook with me everywhere and just sketch people. And I've been loving it, so I want to keep doing that and get into a routine. Also, I want to start a book that if you are in the art community, you have heard about. I want to start The Artist's Way. I have a friend who really loves this book and who her entire creative journey has been like transformed by this book. And I wanted to start it at a time where I actually have the time to focus on it. So I want to start this next week, or maybe not, probably next week. And I want to get into a routine with my art. So I want to get into a practice of, that I don't have to like actively think about picking up my sketchbook or planning videos or just painting. I want it to be part of my day, part of my week. And if this were my full-time job, and I would create every day, and I would, or not maybe not every day, but I would make the time for it. So I want to make the time. And also one thing I wrote down that is a bit something I might not be able to do, or something that you can't really force, but I want to actively try and get inspired. So I have quite a lot of art books. One of them is The Artist's Way, but also just general art books where it's a book about a certain artist, and I want to just use them and look at them and get inspired by that and learn by that, and not waste all of those resources in a way. So let's talk about content and my goals for content creation. As you might know, I create content on YouTube, obviously, but also TikTok and Instagram, and I post short form content everywhere, and I post long form content here. The first thing that I wrote down that I really want to focus on is I want to create content that I'm proud of. I think often I just create content to have content or to push out content, or not even, it's not even that I'm not proud of my past videos, but the last video that I uploaded until now, which it was an art tutorial, I'm so proud of this video, and it doesn't have many views. It has around 200 views right now, but I'm not really angry about that, because I think it is a video that gives value and that actually has something to say. And I think my other videos were just like normal art vlogs, and they're good as well, and I like them, but I think I want my videos to be a bit more mindful, and yeah, so that's one thing. The second thing is focusing on short form content. So I want to have a short form content strategy. I've been thinking loads about what works, what I see with other people when they create short form content, or what I find that works with my channel. And I can't really tell you what works right now, because right now I can't really, and it's a bit weird, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I just want to kind of keep an eye out for that, and also just try out new things. I just posted this video on Instagram, which was sort of like a tutorial about sketching, and I really liked the way that I told the story and I did it, and I want to do things like that. And I want to create a short form oh god I want to create a short form series about this whole video. So treating art as my full-time job, and I just want to make a short and a long form series about that, and want to focus on more tutorial like videos, because I think that's something that generally I want to do, and that I just have been thinking loads about, and I have fun creating those videos, so I want to just do more of that. Alright, then let's talk long form content. I want to post at least 3 long form content videos in the span of the month. I want to plan them out, I want to focus on storytelling, and I want to be proud of them. Specific video ideas that I have currently that you can definitely tell me what you think of them in the comments that I might do is I want to start a series that's painting like Sargent, painting like Monet, stuff like that. And I already have a video of that filmed, but I haven't edited it yet. So I want to push that out. I want to paint my parents, make a video about it. I want to start doing a series again that was called Monthly Art Chats. I used to do that around 2 years ago, and I want to do it again. It's just basically a monthly chat where I chat about but where I talk about how much art I created, how it went in the month, and what I'm excited to create, or what kind of goals I have for the next month. And I want to do the treating art as my full-time job diaries, which we're doing right now. Also, excitingly, which I don't know if I've talked about it on here before, but I am starting a podcast with a friend, which is going to be called De Ludo und Brotlos. It will be in German, so it won't be for everyone, but it will be about us being creative. I want to do the first recording in September and publish it and start it in September, and I'm really excited about it. I also wrote down some follower counts that I want to I was just kind of putting it out there. I don't want to focus too much on followers or anything, but yeah, I'm not going to share those, but I just wrote it down, and it might happen, it might not happen. And the next thing is I want to follow a content schedule. I will talk more about my content schedule with you in a second, but I have one. I want to try and focus on it and follow it now that I have actually the time to follow it. So yeah, okay. That was a lot of talking. I need a glass of water now, and I'm going to continue in a second. So little insert here. I just realized that I forgot to talk about one very specific goal. I want to try to maybe become a freelancer. I don't know if that will happen, but one thing I definitely want to do is create a website. I want to create a landing page where I can have my portfolio and just have a professional site where people can go to, and I want to do that, and I'm excited to do that. And I forgot to mention that earlier when I was filming the habits part. So I thought before I get into the planning and show my content schedule with you, I wanted to talk about what I am excited about and why I'm actually doing this and what I want to figure out. And then maybe at the end of this little experiment, we can come back and see if these things actually happened. One thing that I am excited about is just seeing how much art I can create, because I only know my art practice in it not being the one thing that I focus on, but it always being the third thing on my list to do, because I just don't have the time to normally focus on it, and I have other priorities. So I want to see how much art I can create, how my content will change, if it will change, if I decide to just do the exact same thing. But I'm definitely interested to see if it gets more professional, if my entire brand gets more professional. Yeah, also I want to see, will I be more confident in calling myself an artist and a content creator? And what habits will stick? So if I create habits that I might get out of certain books or whatever, will they stick, and do I like them? All right. 1 second. For the last segment of this video, what do I need to do still before I can get started? One thing is get materials. I need to get more brushes, oil color, and a sharpener because I lost mine. I want to do that probably on Monday. It's now Saturday. Yeah, I don't need them to get started, but I will need them to actually really paint a lot and do that. Also, I need to start The Artist's Way. I want to start reading the introduction probably today or maybe tomorrow. And I want to create an ideal routine. So not just create my content plan. I already have a content plan, so that's not on the list, but create a routine that I can actually follow so that I make sure that art is a priority in my daily life. It's an ideal routine, so it won't work, and every day will be different. There will also be one day a week where I'll go to work, so there will be a day where I can't obviously can't create. But I just thought I would create it. If I follow it or not, we will see that. But the ideal routine would be to get up at 6:30 a.m. or 7, probably 6:30, and have my normal morning routine, but also read a little bit, and maybe read something that's inspiring. Then go to the gym at 8, and not every day obviously, but on those days where I'm going to the gym, and then spend the rest of the morning sketching and maybe editing. So sketching would not take 2 hours, but maybe half an hour, but get that sketching practice in, and then working on content, editing, all of that, have lunch, and after lunch work on painting for at least 2 hours, or something that is art related. So if I decide not to paint on one day, work on sketching, or have these two hours and also edit. I definitely want to make sure that I have a sketching practice. I have gym and getting up early. I want to have my inspiration part in it as well, so reading, all of those things, and paint as well. So I have mentioned earlier that I follow a content plan, and I use Notion for this. I will share my screen on my laptop and just show you some of the things that I do. I have a list where generally I just have all of my ideas, or just write those down things. But the thing that I focus on the most is my calendar view, where I can have all my content. I have one that focuses only on YouTube, one that is the other social media parts. But I have one big calendar where I have everything, and I want to share this with you and just talk to you about different things that I'm thinking about implementing. These things might change. I might decide, well, I actually don't want to do this, or this is not working, or this doesn't work for a certain platform, or this is just too much. Like, I don't want this entire thing be something that will stress me out, because I'm still on semester break. I also want to enjoy my time, I don't want it to be a stressful time, but I am excited for these things, so that's why I'm doing it. So my content plan would be, I'm currently just looking at my calendar, but to post one picture on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. So one carousel. Also maybe put more work in it than just posting pictures and making it sort of like a story or a educational post. I want to have 3 short form content videos up per week on every platform. Maybe more on TikTok, because I only started posting on TikTok recently, and I have a lot of old videos that I'm still posting there that I have, that I can just push out. I want to have a community post on YouTube every 3 days. normally at right now the community post doesn't do anything for me in terms of, no one sees it and all of that, but I'm thinking that maybe in the long haul that will be good to just create a community. And then I want to have ideally one long form video a week. However, I want to have one at least every 2 weeks, and I want to have 3 videos per month. So right now it is scheduled on Friday, but if I don't make that, that's okay. And I want to, as I said before, I want to create videos that I'm proud of. So if I get stressed out about the fact that I have to create a big video every month, or I just can't do it, or I can't do it because I haven't been painting and all of that, then that's okay. Then I'll just create one maybe every 10 days or something like that. But I definitely want to have that in there. And I also have a template on there. I'm just going to share the site that I am currently, that I was working on for this video, where I can just like write down my ideas and all of that and just have a plan for my videos. So that's also something that I do on here. And I think that's all. So the podcast, I don't know when we will get the podcast up and what day, so we don't have that planned yet, but mostly it is 3 short form contents per week, between 2 to 3 community posts per week, and a long form content video every around 10-11 days, and one pick, Insta pick carousel per week that I actually put a lot of work in. And that is that. I have only planned September, so you can see it in my little calendar view, because I just, I will revise afterwards and figure out if that is doable, if it makes sense, if it's too much, if I need that, all of that. So I have been talking for quite a long time. I don't know how much time actually, let me see. So now I've been talking for 26 minutes. This video can't be that long, so I'll have to cut stuff out, but I'm really excited about the entire process of it. I'm excited to start this journey, to treat out like my full-time job for a month, and I would love to know if you have any feedback or any ideas of what I could try out in this month, or anything you want to see, and I'm excited for you to follow along, and I will keep you updated. If you want to have more up-to-date daily updates, not daily, but more up-to-date updates, if that makes sense, go over on my Instagram, my TikTok. I'm more active there than I'm on YouTube. And thanks for watching, and let me know how you found this video, if this is the first video of mine you're watching, what you thought of that, all of that in the comments, and I would love to connect with you. And see you next time. Bye.